When I was a kid, everybody wanted this flashlight as their EDC flashlight. How's it? My name is Hugh. And in this video, I'll show you how to fix every single thing that can go wrong with one of these flashlights. I'll show you the upgrades that are available, which ones are great and which ones are not. I'll also show you why these flashlights are so good. And I'll end with how to get one of these flashlights for a great deal. All right, let's jump into it. The most common problem with this flashlight is you go to turn it on and it doesn't turn on. All right, so the first thing obviously is to check the batteries. Some people might overlook that. It's pretty obvious, but that's the first thing to check. The second thing to check is the bulb. So on this classic, the bulb simply unplugs like this, and there are two prongs on there and they go into the two holes, and you can just buy the bulb online. Something that a lot of people might not know is that there is actually a spare bulb in the tail cap. So you just pull out the spring and there's this orange plastic in there, and inside the plastic is a bulb. So you simply take some tweezers, pull out the plastic, take out the bulb from the plastic gently, and then you can replace it. And then you can buy another replacement bulb to put it back in here. So if that is not the cause of your issue, then it's going to be corroded contacts. So you're going to check this tailpiece here, make sure it's not corroded. And you're also going to check the switch on the top here. So in order to check the switch, you're going to pull this off here, put a little bit of pressure on it with two batteries or a stick so that you can get this switch out. You take that out there. And if you have the LED version, it's simply going to be a ring around here that you have to pull out, and that will loosen up the switch. Then once you go to take out the batteries, the switch will just fall out like that. And then if you have a corroded contact, you just simply take some sandpaper, sand it off so it's nice and clean on both sides. And that's the problem I actually had on this flashlight. This one was corroded, and that's why it wasn't working. So I just sanded it off, and the flashlight started to work after that. Now, if you tried all of those things and your light still isn't working, then it's going to be a switch problem. So you want to replace the switch. You can buy these online, and it's very similar if you have a classic version or an LED version. Once you get the new switch, you just pop it in here like this, and then you can take a stick or one of the batteries and just push it in so it goes in flat like that. And then this is how it'll look on the top. And then once that's in, then you can put this piece back in. So there are two holes here, right? And then you're just going to slide these two bars into those holes, push it down, make sure it's snug in there, and that's it. Then you can put everything back together. And just a quick note, if you would like to get all of the resources mentioned in this video, check out the link in the description below. The next potential issue you can have is the threads on the screw parts might be all gunked up, so it's hard to screw and unscrew it. So all you do is simply take it off. I put a little bit of alcohol on a rag, and then I rub this part really good, both sides. And then I take another rag, put a drop of oil on there, and work that into the threads again on both sides, and that should do it. Now, if this is heavily corroded and the threads are all gunked up and you can't take it out, then you just have to get a replacement piece, and you can buy these online. Another common issue that happens with these flashlights is that they're sitting in a drawer or in a car for a long time, and the batteries start to leak or the batteries start to expand and you can't get the batteries out. So in order to fix that, you simply take out the tail cap, take out any batteries that will come out, and just unscrew the top. And then what you're going to do is take off the switch. So for the classic version, I'm going to put the batteries back in here and put some pressure on there. If you have a stuck battery in there, you can push a stick on this side, and that'll move the switch up enough so that you can take it off. And if you have the LED version, there's going to be a ring there. So you have to push up the ring so that you can pull the ring out. So I'm just going to pull this off like that. And what you're going to do is you're just going to put a wooden stick or something that will fit in here. And you want to put this on a table like that. And you want to gently pound on the stick so that it pushes the battery down, and that will take the battery out. Now, if you have the LED version, the LED light is actually going to be on the switch here. So you don't want to be pounding on that because you're going to break it, obviously. So you want to get something that goes around the light, either like a metal straw or a tube, or I've seen people use like parts of a socket set. So you put the socket there, you put the extender on top of it, and you gently pound it out. Once you've taken out the battery that's stuck, then you want to go in there and clean it with a cloth, or sometimes if there's a lot of gunk in there, you might need a screwdriver to kind of scrape it out. And then you can replace the switch or replace anything else that needs to be replaced, and then get it working from there. Now, if you're having problems with moisture getting into the flashlight, then you want to check on the seals. They probably have to be replaced, the O-rings that is. There's one here at the bottom of the tail cap, and then there's one in the middle right there, and then there's one on the tip here, right in there. So if any of those are broken or they're cracked or whatever, you can simply buy a replacement, and that will fix that very quickly. And finally, if you have cracked the lens on the front, that's a simple fix. You can just buy one of those online. They come in either glass or plastic. So you just take off the tip right there, and you just pop it out like that. Now, this actual flashlight didn't have this glass, and that's why it was kind of hard to turn it on and off, because it wasn't putting enough pressure on the switch below it. So that can be a potential cause of some problems too. So just make sure that you swap out the lens if it's scratched or damaged, or if you don't have a lens, then simply put one in. All right, now let's talk about upgrades. So the first upgrade I would highly recommend with a classic version is the LED bulbs. It will give you a nicer light. The light is softer, and sometimes it can be brighter depending on which kit you buy. I opted for the 3 bulb version, and this is really nice. And it will probably use less electricity, so the light will last longer. Another kit that I saw had the LED upgrade and the tail cap upgrade. So there was a switch on the back that you can just press to turn it on and off, which is really nice. So if you're interested in that, that's something to look into. Another thing to take a look at is a holster. And there are many different holsters that you can buy, some from Maglite, some are aftermarket. But this is a great way to be able to carry this around your belt and not take up too much space in your pocket. These flashlights aren't the smallest in the world, so I think this is a really worthwhile upgrade if you want to carry this every day. Another potential upgrade is this lens holder or lens protector. So this can work in 2 ways. One, you can put a colored lens in there, and you can just slip this on if you want to change the color really easily. This also acts as an anti-roll device, so it doesn't roll very easily. And it protects the lens from any damage when you bump it around. Now, the issue that I found with this is that it doesn't stay on very easily. So it falls off, and you're always going to be worrying that it's going to fall off. So in my opinion, this is not a good upgrade. I might use this if it stayed on a little better, and maybe it does stay on better if you put the lens in there, but in my experience, not worth it. And it does make the flashlight bulkier, so it's not really worth having around. Another thing you can get is colored replacement lenses. So you can either replace this lens, or you can use this cap and you can put a colored lens on there. And that's useful if you go camping, for example, and you don't want to disturb a lot of people. You can use the red or blue light, and that will allow you to see but not disturb others. Now let's talk about clips. There are 2 clips that you can buy for this. One is a wall mount clip that will simply clip the flashlight onto a wall or inside of your car or something like that. That one is worthwhile. If that's what you want to do and you want to have it easily accessible, then that's a great upgrade. You simply screw the clip into the wall or into the door of your car, and you just put this on there, and it holds really well. The other clip that they sell is the pocket clip. So it just clips on here, and then you can just slide into your pocket, and it clips on that way. And I find that one is not very good at all because there's no groove in this flashlight. There's nothing for that clip to stabilize on. And when you clip it to your pants, it usually falls off and the clip slides around. So that one, in my opinion, you should stay away from. And the last upgrade we're going to look at is the lanyard. I think this is a great thing to have because since the pocket clip doesn't work very well, it's great to have this around your neck so that it's easily accessible, but it also doesn't get in the way. So all you do is you slide the lanyard into this little hole. Since it's metal, it's going to hold up really well. You just loop it through, and you have a nice way to carry this light around. Something that's also worthwhile is a wrist strap. So that will allow you to carry it around your wrist, and that might be better for whatever situation you're going to use it for. But I highly recommend getting this if you want to carry it easily. All right, so that's everything you need to know about the mini Maglite. These are fantastic flashlights because they are metal on the outside, really good build quality, and they can really take a beating. And this design is classic, but it's still relevant today because it's so durable and it works well. Now, if you want to get a good deal on this, I would highly recommend checking out eBay or even garage sales. I think I got this one for $5 at a garage sale, and it's still in great shape. So just keep your eye out for that. Otherwise, if you don't want to mess around with it, just get one new. They're still very affordable and still competitively priced compared to other EDC flashlights. So if you found that video useful, subscribe to the channel to get more videos, and thanks for watching.